we're just stood in the galley looking across with the owner. He's going to give us some detail with the bits of items and equipment within the galley.
Okay, we are obviously in the galley as you've just been told. Here we have a full-size washing machine, which is a washer dryer. This is full-size, totally domestic. When I can close the door, that is just terrible. Okay. Every one of the pots that go on this stove has a ring, as you can see, so when you're at sea. This is an induction stove with, I believe, 6 burners. Everything that's in the galley stays there at sea. There's nothing that you can see out at the moment that we have to put away. We actually have 3 ovens, 2 you can see. The fridge has 3 drawers, which is the best way to have a fridge at sea. You open the drawer, nothing comes out at you. And it obviously can be locked for when you're at sea. We have a microwave that's built in and 2 freezers. Here are the controls for 2 generators as you have electric cooking. And here is a meter to show how much power you're using. All the lights on this boat are all 230 volt. So buying bulbs or anything like that is amazingly easy. You have 2 hatches in the galley which obviously open up completely, or you can just open them a small amount however you want. All the pots have rings as here, so they don't fall around the ship when she's at sea. The same with the tops, as you can see. Also, there are things like bins. Again, where we have oil-fired central heating, there is a radiator in the galley, and also here is your outlet for your air conditioning.
Here we are on the saloon side of the galley with the owner of the pilot house, Ketch. I'll just pan to the side there so you can see in context to the galley.
And here we have seating for 6 people. If you want to take a chair from the after cabin, you can make it 7. But 6 is very comfortable. Storage absolutely everywhere, and underneath all the berths as well.
So just moving through forwards from the galley and the saloon, we're just in the living area with the owner.
Right, the main saloon. The main saloon, all this furniture is leather. It's all leather throughout the ship, there's no plastic. But all these can be moved. They can be put away, the table can be moved, and then this can be a cargo hold, because you have the hatch, as I explained on deck, and we've had a motorbike down here with plenty of room. We could have probably got 4 in. So you have 2 pilot berths. The whole boat is electric. We have no gas on this boat whatsoever. So here is your electric fire, which looks beautiful at night. When you're in this cabin socialising, it's lovely. Lots of lockers all behind. There's 3 behind this couch, 3 on the other side, drawers.
Everything you need.
Absolutely everything you need. Again, separate air conditioning unit for this cabin. And now we'll move up.
And then this leads on to the forward cabin.
And this leads on to the forward cabin. Right, the forward cabin. Underneath this berth, which is almost a second engine room on this boat, we have a water maker that has never been used, ever. So it's never had water through it. We take 500 gallons of water. We've never had the need to use the water maker. Also with the water maker, in the same area, is an air conditioning unit and the bow thruster. All of those units are very, very accessible. You can actually get down there and they're all around you. We've also since found it's a very good position to store 2 big folding bikes. So that's what's underneath this berth. Moving up to the hatch, all the cabins in this boat have a hatch, with the exception of the toilet to this cabin, which has a very big mushroom vent. We can, as with the sleeping cabin aft, we have hatches inside to close off the light, and also if it's very, very cold, as it is now, 1 or 2 degrees, we can close these hatches and it almost acts as double glazing. Forward of this lovely embroidery is a chain locker with 2 separate areas for the anchor chains, and forward of that is a store. Then we move into the toilet, which I will move into. This is an electric toilet, and again, like all the others, we have the jet for cleaning the toilet and it turns it into a bidet, or you can flush with fresh water, which we nearly always do because we carry 500 gallons of water. The shower head is, how can I say, almost as big as my head. Also, one other item you will see just above the light is what looks like an orange squeezer. These emit an amazing light, and we have them in three cabins. We have one in the toilet aft, one in this toilet, and one in the main saloon, and one in the after cabin. They in fact emit so much light that sometimes we have to cover them up.
Just bring you back into the cabin berth.
Okay, we have a double bed, television, satellite TV, and here we can play the old movies and the new movies. There is another bunk here, which, although it might look small, is over 6 feet long. So it's an extra berth. And if you have very small children, it would also be possible to bed them down there when you're at sea. Again, there is storage underneath the bunk. Air conditioning for this cabin, separate unit. A nice table and chair. Some of nice fittings. Again, oil-fired central heating. And here we come to a bookshelf. Again, storage underneath here. Also, it's worth noting, all the air holes that are here and in many places around the boat, just to get a movement of air so that you don't have stale air in the lockers. Moving forward, we have the heads. It's interesting to note that we can flush the toilets on this boat with seawater or fresh water. Also, the jets mean that you don't have to use toilet paper, because it means that 1, you don't need the horrible loo brush, and 2, you don't necessarily need paper because the jets turn the toilet into a bidet. Note the nice teak handles rather than the horrible aluminium things that are normally on lilac toilets. When you go further in, you have a shower. The only thing about that shower that's original is the case. Everything inside it that was plastic is now either bronze or stainless steel. Works beautifully. You have a hatch, of course, to let your the air out. You sit down to shower or stand to shower. The toilet in the proximity to the basin means for a lady or a gentleman he almost has a seat to sit here and shave. Very civilised.
And that's the ensuite to the after cabin.
Yes, but as we move forward,
I'm just moving you forward.
It's worth looking at the doors. There are no veneers on this boat. The thinnest point, if you could call it a veneer, would be 1/2 inch thick teak. The doors are all solid teak. They were actually made in Thailand and shipped here. We just gave them the sizes because we couldn't get teak wide enough or good enough in England. So they were made in Thailand and shipped across.
And as you can see, we're just walking back through and into the galley and the saloon area that you'd seen previously.